Did you hear about the cow that was lifted into the air by a tornado? It was an utter disaster.
Go, Evangeline, go!
Today we're gonna talk about clouds. Clouds? Yeah, clouds. Not what clouds are. I mean, we all know what clouds are and what they're made of. I'm talking specifically types of clouds. Oh, yes. Types of clouds. But you're saying, Evangeline, I know clouds. There's cumulus and Nimbus 3000? No, exactly. We're gonna make it so that next time you're outside somewhere, someone goes, whoa, look at those clouds, and you can be like, that's a cirrostratus. What? Okay, let's do this real quick. What are clouds made of? Droplets of water or ice crystals. Why are clouds white? Clouds reflect the light of the sun, and when you mix all the colors of the rainbow together, you get white. But sometimes the clouds are really heavy or really high up in the sky, and not enough light gets through, and that's why it looks dark and gray. Like when it's gonna rain. How do clouds move? With the wind. Okay, this is gonna be the cool part. Be prepared for a rush of memories as soon as I start talking about this. You have three basic kinds of clouds. You have the stratus clouds, you have cumulus clouds, and you have the cirrus clouds. Strato, which is Latin for layer, are the clouds that cover the entire sky. They kind of look like fog, but high up. Generally, they're paired with rain, so if you see them, you might want to bring an umbrella. Cumulus clouds, those are the big puffy clouds that look like cotton balls that you go, oh, look at those clouds. And cirrus clouds, which are Latin for curls. Cirrus clouds are the most common of the clouds. They're usually white and wispy, and they say, hey, the good weather's coming. Look, that one looks like a fish. Look, that one looks like a boat. Oh my god, that one looks like a cloaking device for an armada of battleships that are coming to take over Earth. If you see clouds high up in the sky, those are the cirrus clouds, which would be cirrus, cirrostratus, and cirrocumulus. If they're in the middle, you have altostratus and altocumulus. The low clouds are stratus, which can be stratus, stratocumulus, or nimbostratus. Are you still with me? And then you have the clouds with the vertical growth, which are cumulus or cumulonimbus. And special clouds like fog or mammatus. If you see a mammatus cloud, you should leave wherever you are immediately because stuff is gonna get messed up. So I know that sounded like a lot of words being thrown at your face really fast, but it's actually really pretty easy to remember which clouds are which. If they're low, they're stratus. If they're in the middle, they're alto. And if they're up at the top, then they're cirrus. If there's a cloud really high up in the sky and it's covering the entire sky, it's a cirrostratus. If there's a really low layer of puffy clouds like cotton balls, well then yeah, that's a stratocumulus. It's really just about putting it all together. I'm gonna wrap all that up with a nice little image for you guys to look at for just under 10 seconds. So, here it is. Easy way to remember clouds. Big puffy cloud. Think cotton candy or smoke, and it accumulates. Accumulation of cloud. Cumulus. Stratus clouds that look like smoke is being carried for miles and miles in a straight line. Straight, smoke. Stratus. Stratus is the only cloud that starts with S. Or even better, you can just pronounce stratus as stratus, and then you'll always remember. Until that one day when you say stratus, and then someone asks if you have diabetes. Cirrus. Cirrus. If you still can't remember the cloud names and formations, you can always just watch the clouds for indications of a high probability of a storm. First thing is something called a lowering ceiling. This is when the stratus clouds, which are the flat ones on the bottom, start getting lower and lower and lower. As the ceiling lowers, you will see these clouds in the following order. Cirrus, cirrostratus, altostratus, stratus, and nimbostratus. That's the storm clouds. If you see this happening, calmly tell the skipper, I believe we should head back now because I've observed increasingly lower cloud formations from cirrostratus to altostratus to stratus, and you know what that means. The second thing to watch for is big puffy cumulus clouds growing really rapidly upwards. On hot and humid days, these storms occur over water, and the radiant heat from the land is absorbing more water and rising to create thunderheads. And a thunderstorm can develop very, very quickly. So basically, flat clouds getting lower or puffy clouds getting higher, be on the lookout for a storm. It's picture time! I took all these photos. In this photo, you can see cirrostratus clouds on top, itty bitty cumulus clouds a little lower in the sky. So this could either be altocumulus or stratocumulus. I'm on a 7-story building, so it's kind of hard to tell. Here you can see the cirrus cloud and some alto clouds a little lower than that. The reason they look gray is because the cirrus clouds are in front of the sun, so as we learned before, the light isn't passing through them as well as it should. Here are some more pictures of cirrus clouds. As you can see, they're very wispy. More cumulus clouds. And by the way, for anyone who hasn't been to New York City, yes, that is New York City, and that is the Empire State Building. These clouds caused one heck of a storm. In the top right corner, there is some cirrus clouds that are like, peace guys, we're out. Behind that on the horizon is some nimbostratus clouds that were coming to take over the entire town. Now here's the same nimbostratus cloud. In the front, there is a cumulonimbus cloud forming. It is very rapidly going upwards. It wound up eventually taking over the whole sky, and it brought with it a thunderstorm. Well, there you have it. I hope that you guys learned something, and I hope that next time I'm out with one of you and we see a cloud and I'm like, that looks like a fish, you can be like, no, that's a cirrus. You taught me that. Duh. Bye, see you next time.
Let me tell you something Tuesday. Okay?
Ooh, spooky.